Welcome, Gemini. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do a message for you. I have pulled for you the Ace of Wands for your overall energy, indicating a completely fresh start that comes from within you. It comes from a state of desire, of enthusiasm, of inspiration regarding an opportunity that you have been working on for some time. And what has shifted for you is this ability to understand deeply how others need to receive information in a way that is clear. Your goals around this are really different, and we've talked about this in the past. You no longer are simply delivering message or information or communicating as part of the way you receive. You have been sensitized to the needs of others in understanding the information that you're delivering. And this is relevant to a deeper innovation that you are mounting in your industry, in your business, in your home, in your community. This is a general reading, Gemini, so it isn't going to resonate for all of you. If you're interested in a personal reading, information for that is in the comments section now. And in your social identity, the Knight of Cups is indicating the power that you have to position yourself in a way that others become to trust you. They become invested in trusting the information you're sharing with them, trusting the techniques and resources you're offering to help them better understand and thus implement the information that you are giving and that they are receiving. This again is about your connection to the way it feels to understand things differently, to learn differently. You're accommodating more of the people that have been excluded in some ways from the education system, where one or two modalities are taught. And the rest of us who maybe require more or something different, something more visual, something more kinetic, something more auditory, you are sensitized to that need. And this comes from the experience of being different yourself, being able to pick up communication from a number of ways. This is now embedded in not only the tools that you're innovating, but the way that you are sharing how one manages training, education in the workforce, in the community, in a way that it is more useful and more supportive of people participating more fully in the process themselves. In the past, the Ten of Pentacles, this is very much the result of an understanding of the tremendous privilege you have had. It may be the result of a clear educational process or training process that you've gone through. It is most likely a result of the access you've had to training, to knowledge, to information, and realizing that you're in a position to share that with others. This is what legacy is founded upon. Some gift that you have received that you're able to transform into services for others, that expands their opportunities in a way that you have learned to expand your own. So this is something that is likely carried through from your ancestral experience, your family, your cultural heritage. And this is something you now see yourself as an agent in this forward march. In the future, the Four of Swords is you understanding and valuing the lessons you've learned along the way, including and in particular the challenges to get where you are. I can only imagine that being an originator, a multiple sensitized learner here, absorber of information, and having the skill to return that, to share that back with others, has been difficult. We don't live in a culture that values the multiplicity of sources of information from the various layers and activities, the spheres in the world. You have been able to translate this into concrete and practical tools for yourself, and are grateful for the journey to get where you are, realizing that you have actually had access to the very lessons that helped you understand who you are and what your gifts are. In other words, you couldn't be where you are now, on the verge of this tremendous sea change, innovation in your field, in your community, without some very harsh experiences that you've learned from. So there's a sense of gratitude moving forward to those you share information with, understanding that they are fueling your efforts to communicate, to share, to teach. If this reading is resonating for you, Gemini, please like this video, please share this with others, and please subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I always enjoy your comments. And I pulled the Balance card. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. This is important. This is one of your gifts as an air sign. You're able to conceptualize, neutralize of sometimes weighted or loaded ideas in a way that can make them clear, more objective, easier for others to grasp on their own terms. And you have learned that your experiences, particularly of challenge, have instructed you, as opposed to the instinct to blame others who have held you back by virtue of a form of judgment, right? We're blaming people for doing us wrong. That's a kind of judgment. It judges us as victims. It judges them as intentionally destructive or cruel or insensitive. And you have learned that ideas and the attempts that human beings make to understand, particularly new ideas, is not easy. It's a process. Learning is not easy. And you're helping to neutralize that process so that people that come to it with a sense of shame, of inadequacy, of not being enoughness are rewarded through their efforts by understanding something, and validated that it's okay to understand something in their own way. This is powerful. In the present, the Knight of Cups is clarified by the Queen of Cups and by the Three of Wands. So yes, you have learned to turn the challenges in absorbing new information, in pursuing wisdom, in identifying and learning about new ideas in ways that you can break them down for others to appreciate, to understand, to absorb, to learn, is part of your mission. You are seeing that as the way that you are building up and grounding your ideas in preparation for a broader dissemination of ideas, new opportunities to address, to support unfamiliar situations, new communities, new collaborators, as the basis for something that is more uniquely your own. The way that you are setting that up is precisely in congruence, in alignment with the belief that collaboration is a stronger and more egalitarian, more equitable form of expression, of building something that will be grounded, inspire others, will spread, and can be used by all different kinds of people. in the past. The Ten of Pentacles is clarified by the Eight of Swords and the Six of Swords. Yeah. Wow, there's a lot of noise, has been a lot of noise in your head. If you are the recipient of a tremendous legacy, an inheritance, if it's one you're parsing in order to use the resources that make the most sense to you and share those with others, you are full of knowledge, strategies, and information that can be very oppressive, that makes it difficult for you to turn off your brain and get some rest, which you sorely need. But it also has indicated for you that what you're doing is a temporary bridge to a more inclusive environment for you. Where you have been, there is the sense in the past that you have not been heard or seen in the way that you felt you had the most value. And part of this temporary bridge, in other words, learning through collaboration, creating collaboratively, working collectively, is that you don't have control of the solution to a problem. As part of the collective, you assume that control, that credit with those you collaborate with. There's a shift in the idea of ownership of ideas, and you're really trying to release the old way where you had felt excluded, and understanding that the new idea, the new ability to work with others in this more less hierarchical way uh, no longer gives you control over the ideas that you're sharing. And that you are seeing as a good thing. It's a way of accepting yourself, where you come from, and how you've evolved, and you're sharing the development of your thinking and ideas with others in a way that is not controllable, but one assumes is stronger, is better, is more resilient. I hope I'm making sense. In the future, the Three of Cups is clarifying the Four of Swords and the Eight of Wands. So we have threes and eights here. And this is really beautiful because you have an incredible amount of support for what you're doing. Your attitude of gratitude is drawing people like a magnet to you. They are seeing you, they are inviting you and offering you ideas, possible connections, collaborations. You're seeing potential allies here and collaborators in the ideas that you're putting forward, and your understanding that you are opening yourself up to really a radical new way of sharing ideas, particularly for those of you that are working along the lines of technology. This is helping you to guide the maximum benefit of that technology, which is, as we know, largely unregulated in the world and can be very invasive and intrusive, is being used commercially without our knowledge around a host of things. And it's being touted as an assistant, something that's going to make your life easier. You are understanding that these are ideas that we are collectively developing. Your intent is upon the most just, equitable application of these ideas and resources and their availability to everyone. I'm going to finish up this exciting reading. I have so much excitement and hope for you, Gemini, around what you're working on and where you're moving. And I pull from the flora and fauna of Africa, my homage to Mother Earth and the motherland, the magpie shrike. And her key word is priorities. True peace is found in spiritual fulfillment. Get in tune with your divine self to reach your fullest potential. Thank you so much, Gemini, for this reading. I'm going to hook up another video or playlist if you've enjoyed this content and want more. Until next time, namaste.